Sam DEHNE, followed by Gary Schmidt.
Sam DEHNE, the Encyclopedia of Reno Government. I'm an Air Force Academy graduate, and I've watched more elections here than probably anybody in town except that young man over there with the red, white, and blue socks. At any rate, I'm not here to cast any aspersions either. I'm not casting any aspersions on any of these fine folks, while I am casting aspersions on the Reno Gazette media mouses who did their very best to manipulate the election. She's nodding her head. That Reno Gazette, and by the way, the Reno Gazette, and this is on the mark, the Reno Gazette is a publicly funded organization. They should have to conduct meetings like this. Probably all of their profits come from public funding. The money you had to pay, we had to pay to put all those doodads into the Reno Gazette where they've got a monopoly. But it's bad enough that they get all these public fundings and don't have open meetings so we can go and see what they're doing. I'm talking about the Reno Gazette media mouses. What is really bad is they take our taxes and turn around and manipulate the elections. The primary for the Reno mayor's race was the worst manipulation of an election that I've ever seen in my whole life. The challenger against the mighty Cashel from 4 years ago, a Marine Corps veteran, had 21,180 votes. He should have been the front runner. The Reno Gazette media mouses never mentioned his name one time except for that one token little comment they put in there. They had all the other candidates' names out there over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. People you'd never heard of. People who'd never been on the battlefield. And if that's not manipulation, there is no such thing as manipulation. The Reno Gazette ought to be dismantled right there, and that was the #1 criteria on my election. But okay, that's enough said about the Reno Gazette, although I'd like to have an extra 6 minutes to use some more of my adjectives. At any rate, this nice chortle. At any rate, I don't know how it happens, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how it happens. And I know that they've got their wonderful workers over there, but think of this. The Sequoia video game voting machines have been outlawed in California for 15 years. I think these folks over here ought to get rid of those things, should have done it long ago, and do paper balloting. Paper balloting. Sure, we have hanging chads and that stuff, but I'm sure those folks over there could do just as good a job of overseeing a almost totally honest election. There are viruses, there's hacking, there's all sorts of things that happen in computers. You see it all across the nations where computers are hacked. I don't know how they do it, and I don't know who manipulates the votes. All I know is as so many of the results of these elections do not jive with what I know the people want.
Gary Schmidt, followed by